What is good, fam? It's your girl, Natalie, the Keto Bikini Pro, and I'm back with another episode of The Comeback. We are at 11 weeks out now. So I've got some updates for you. I have been on a cruise ship for a week, just got back at the end of last week. So I was 12 weeks out. I went from 13 to 12 weeks out while on the cruise, and I will be sharing all about how that went, what I ate on the cruise, training, check-ins, posing, all the things I still had to keep up with on the cruise. And since I've been back, my current body stats, my macros, my training split, all those good things, and how I'm feeling mentally and physically going into 11 weeks out. So before I get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, make sure you get notified when I drop my new videos. And if there is a topic you want to hear more about when it comes to getting the body of your dreams with keto, carnivore, all the things, drop it in the comments and let's talk about it. I will do more videos on specific topics if you want to know more. So lots of things that I got from my last video. Y'all wanted to know the specifics about my physique update, where I'm sitting in terms of my body stats, what my macros are, what my training looks like, all the deets. So getting into that today. All right, I got my handy dandy notes here. First things first, so what am I 11 weeks out for? I'm 11 weeks out to my first ever Worlds, WBFF Worlds. It is in Vegas this year. It used to be in a different place all over the world each year before things shut down. After that, they have landed in Vegas. Vegas is the home of WBFF Worlds, has been for the last couple of years. So I'm super excited. It's the first time I will ever compete at Worlds. This is going to be an incredible experience, and I can't wait to take you with me and show you all the fun behind the scenes of all the things that happen out there, because Worlds is unlike any other competition that the WBFF, or really, in my opinion, what any other federation does for a show. Worlds is a huge spectacle, huge 3-day, 4-day event. So it will be a week of activities, not just the show itself. There is a media day. We have a themed look. We do photo shoots. We do interviews. It is a big thing. That's usually a few days before the show, like that Wednesday or so. And then we have our check-in and registration and our athletes meeting, which for us, athletes meeting is not just have your hair in your rollers and have a robe on and go check in. It is a bigger deal. It is a gala event. So there is dressed head to toe, evening wear. It is really where you show up and show out and show everybody what you're all about. So WBFF is fitness, fashion, beauty, all the things. So all of these events are opportunities to showcase ourselves, kind of more like a pageant. And then we go into amateur day. The amateur show is the Friday, and then the pro show is Saturday. And usually all throughout the weekend, different competitors and teams are doing photo shoots with official WBFF photographers. Fit and Firm magazine is doing shoots. So it is a big, big event. So I will take you with me through all of that when the time comes. So that is what I'm prepping for right now. The division that we are going for right now, as we watch my body come in and where we want to be for the show, is wellness. So that category is bigger in the legs, a little smaller up top. You don't have the size, the mass, and the definition that fitness or figure has up top, but a lot of mass in the lower body and not shredded, not as shredded as you would see fitness and figure. So that's where we're looking like I'm gonna be. That's where I was for my pro debut. So we're sticking with wellness for now. If that changes, I will let you know. But that's where my coaches see me. That's where it feels right for my body type. Okay, physique stats, where I am right now. So on the cruise, I couldn't do, I wasn't using my in-body system. So I usually use the in-body system. We have the home system. I'll drop the link below because we have a discount code. But so I couldn't get the exact same measurements that I would get at home. So I really only weighed myself once or twice on the scale in the fitness center on the cruise ship. They had an incredible fitness center. If you didn't get to see, I am doing a whole video on our experience on the cruise. So you can look for that. And I'll drop the link in the description once I film that video. If you want to see more about that incredible ship we were on and the fitness center and some of the training that I did while I was there. But physique stats, where I am getting home from the trip. This week we have dropped down back under 120. I was kind of hanging out around 120 pounds there, give or take for a little bit, 119, 120. This week it dropped back down under 119. I've been sitting around 117, 118 point something. So this morning woke up 118.6. So my average is likely around 118 for this week. My body fat percentage has been sitting right around 20 to 21%. The InBody's been doing some weird things lately, showing higher body fat, lower muscle mass on some days, and then flipping that and higher muscle mass and lower body fat other days. So I haven't crunched the averages yet, but it's likely I'll land somewhere between 20-21% body fat and about 51-52 pounds of skeletal muscle mass. That's why I love InBody, because I actually get to track the skeletal muscle mass and not just the lean mass, which is everything that doesn't include body fat, which includes a lot of other things. So that's where I am with the stats right now. I am thrilled with where my body is right now. I'm feeling really good. My coaches are loving it. My coaches are giving me a lot of great feedback about how my body is looking. So all things are fantastic there in terms of progress. Okay, macros. My current macros. I'm sharing this totally transparently, but I have to add a disclaimer. Do not take my macros and think that that's what you need to be doing. I have those macros assigned specifically for me based on my goals, based on where I am with my body composition, with my height, with my weight, with my maintenance calories, and with the calories that I need to drop body fat, maintain muscle mass, and maintain or increase my muscle mass. All things very specific to me. That is how macros are set. So please do not just go listen to what somebody else says their macros are and think that that needs to be right for you. Also keep in mind, I'm a very small individual. I am 5 feet tall, barely. Like on show day, I'm like 4'11 3/4. So I'm very, very short. I have a good amount of muscle mass on me. So just keep all that in mind when I share my macros. So currently I'm consuming 150 grams of protein a day, 95 grams of fat, and 10 to 15 or really less than that in carbs, total carbs, because I am carnivore right now. So on days that like on the cruise, for example, what I did on the cruise, since I've been home, I've been really nailing those macros this week. My coach got on me about it. I was going over, I was like a little few grams here, over here, there. He's like, look, we gotta dial it in. So since I've been home, dialed in. I'm hitting those macros every day within a gram or two, one way or the other. Carbs usually even lower since I've been back 100% carnivore since I've been home. But when I was on the cruise, I brought my scale, my food scale. I didn't always remember to bring it to the dining hall with us or wherever we were eating on the ship. So when I forgot it, I'd ask the waiters questions about how many ounces the meat was, or I would eyeball it, look at it. I've been doing this for a long time. It's pretty easy for me to estimate amounts. It was really great that one of the guys at our table at dinner is also in the restaurant industry. So I got his opinion as well. If I was like, you know what, I'm thinking this is about 4 ounces or 5 ounces. What do you think? And of course, my man is really good at it too. So we have many opinions to be able to share, expert opinions on, okay, this is how much meat I'm likely eating. So sometimes I would have to estimate, but for the most part, I would bring my scale when I could, or when I remembered to. I would weigh things out so I knew exactly how much I was consuming. And being on the ship, not being the one preparing the food, I couldn't obviously weigh it raw. So what I would do is I would weigh the cooked portion, and I would look for an entry in Chronometer, which is what I use to track my macros, for a cooked version. So if it was chicken, it would be look up chicken cooked, type of chicken cooked, type of steak cooked, type of fish cooked, making sure that I was tracking it in the way that I was consuming it. I say that because typically when I'm at home, and what I recommend for everyone is whenever possible, you weigh the raw meat, and then you track it raw, how much you're consuming raw, because it's going to be most accurate that way. But when you're in a situation where you're dining out, or you're dining somewhere where you didn't prepare the food and you're eating it cooked, you need to weigh the cooked portion and track the cooked portion, or estimate the amount, track it cooked. So there is no excuse for not being able to track. I never want to hear, I just had this conversation with a client the other day, you can always track. There's never a situation where you can't track. You can estimate, you can do the best you can ask all the questions, you can order very, very simple things. By 3 or 4 days into the cruise, our wait staff knew that our table just wanted the meat, no sides, no sauces, nothing on the plate but the meat. And they took care of us. So I really appreciate Harmony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, shout out. They did fantastic with our low carb group. All right, training split. Currently, I am training 5 to 6 days a week. 6 days really, because I am doing a nice split. My coach has me on, we have a leg day, we have a shoulder day, we have an arm and leg day. So there's some additional leg added to the arm day. So biceps, triceps, and glutes, or adductors, abductors, legs, shoulders, arms and legs, chest and legs. So I'm also doing a chest day that also has an additional, it's like heavy on the legs as well. So essentially it's like 2 major leg days and then a 3rd minor leg day with the arms, and then back day, and then abs and calves. So 6 training days, a nice split. I love it. I love splitting up and doing a focus day on back, a focus day for shoulders, a focus day for legs, and then some chest and legs, some arms and legs, and some abs and calves. So as you can see, we're hitting legs multiple days a week. And then the cardio right now is still pretty low. To be frank, I haven't even been doing as much as my coach really wants me to be doing. So that is something I will be dialing in between 11 and 10 weeks out. Since I've been home, I have been doing better with the cardio than I was. When I was on the ship, my daily activity doubled, maybe even tripled. My steps per day doubled, tripled, because the ship was massive. We were constantly walking everywhere. So I purposely didn't do additional cardio. I was just, wow, my activity was on a whole nother level. So I have felt the difference being home. My activity level is much lower. I work from home. I sit here, unless I'm being intentional about being active, I'm not getting as much activity. So I have been doing more cardio since I've been home. And that really only looks like, my prescribed cardio right now is like 11 minutes post-workout, HIIT style. So, but I'll be honest, I don't love HIIT until I really get into doing it on a regular basis. This is totally a mind over matter thing. When I'm not in the habit of doing it, I hate doing it. Once I get started doing it and I do it more consistently, I start to love it. So this is the week that I'm going to be doubling down on loving cardio again. So this past week I did HIIT only once, maybe twice. And then I did a couple of days of lists. So I did like a 30-minute walk outside, a 20-minute walk outside. Actually, I did that at least 3 days this week. I took phone calls and I would just walk around outside just to get my activity up. So if coach is watching this, I will step it up, and cardio's go into where you want it to be this week with the HIIT. And then just a quick note on mindset. I'm just feeling freaking amazing right now. I'm in this place of something happened on the cruise. Something switched. The flip switched. I got back in touch with what discipline means to me and what prep means to me. And it means turning on who I'm capable of becoming and stepping into everything I'm capable of and eliminating the excuses, challenging. This was my talk on the cruise, which I will be sharing with you as well. Challenging every thought I think. Is that true? Is that accurate? Am I letting myself off the hook? It's just holding myself to a higher standard, holding myself to accountable to everything I said I was going to do. And I'll tell you what, the progress that I've had this week coming back home and the progress that I actually had on the cruise, I came home a pound down on the scale from before I left. I went on a cruise. I came back leaner, lower body fat, lower weight on the scale. I started seeing the definition. Everything was moving in the right direction while I was on vacation. So it can be done. I'm really stepping so hard into this discipline right now that the things you're going to see from me here on my Instagram and my Facebook are going to be a lot more about not letting yourself off the hook, holding yourself accountable, having that discipline, finding that discipline, creating that discipline in your life, because that is what's going to take you to the next level. So come with me on this journey. More tough love, more pushing, pulling, scratching, crawling, doing whatever it takes to get to where you want to be. So that's it for today. I have to hop on a call, but I will check in with you next week and let you know how we're feeling and what we're looking like 10 weeks out. Nothing but gas. All gas, no brakes. Let's go.